Hello, Jan. This is Dr. Charles. Jan, I have a problem and I need to speak with you. I am so frustrated. I have a new employee, Betty. She's driving me crazy. She told me she was a great treatment coordinator. She told me she could do a lot of case presentations, negotiations, and block scheduling, but quite frankly, I'm not seeing it. Well, on her resume is where she told me she could do all these things. Yeah. You know, the other thing that's bothering me, and we're so frustrated in the office right now, and the girls are just hating to come in here. They hate coming into work. They don't trust her. My AR has actually gone up, if I think about it, and there's some days that we really don't balance out. Well, you know, they didn't get involved in the hiring process. No. What did I use? Well, I talked to her for a few minutes, and to be honest, she was cute. Hello, Jan. This is Dr. Charles. I have to tell you, we just hired Kate, and she is great. She is the best treatment coordinator I could have. Yes, it was such a great process. You were so helpful. I'm really appreciating everything you've done. Yes, do you know what? The patients love her. She brings such enthusiasm and excitement into our office from the beginning, even in the 30 days during her orientation and training. She actually brought our AR down, and my case presentation acceptance up 10%. I am thrilled. What do I owe it to? Your process. Yes, and you know what? The bonus? She's cute. I'm sure that some of you have had an experience, either as an office manager or a doctor, in hiring, and sometimes it's not so great, and sometimes it is. What I like to discuss with you is the process that I use, the CSSI method: clarify, screen, select, and integrate. What I have found is that if we don't put our hiring processes and our interview process under the microscope and take all our data and our clues and put them all together, we're hiring the wrong person. And hiring the wrong person brings a lot of stress, brings a lot of time and energy that is bringing the team down, and it costs a lot of money. Every time you hire the wrong person, it's a year's salary. So what I like to talk about is that CSSI method: clarify, screen, select, and integrate. Clarify means you need to start with a base and a vision for what you really want your employee to be, what core values, what communication style, what decision-making style. You then want to have a clearly written job description. I don't know how many of you do, but my experience has been very few. What I like to do is have you, when you're coming up with your job description for your new employee, is you're going to base a lot of your interview questions on that job description. We don't want to just use it for an evaluation, which many of you don't do, but we're going to have you work on that process. But we want you to also use it for a training plan to integrate that person into your practice. Then the other part of the clarification is creating a unique ad. So many times, the ads are all the same: full-time, part-time, no weekends. Why not consider doing it from the angle of the employee who is leaving your office, and she wants to hire the person to replace herself? Have her create the ad as if she wants to hire someone for Dr. Dykstra because he's such a great dentist, and she's looking for just the right person to take her place as the hygienist. Now, once you have your clarification and the ad has been put in, you have your resumes pouring in, and believe me, just recently I had 650 come in for a client for one position, and I had to weed through them and find 20 that I could actually give her to do some interviewing questions for. So the screening process is to weed out all the bad resumes, and then to take those few that you think are desirable, and you're going to then do a screening, what I call is a telephone interview. And that telephone interview is 6 to 8 questions. Those 6 to 8 questions are rated. You're looking for tone, diction, professional manner, their smile. And then you want to move forward and invite some of them in for an application, the interview process. And then you're going to invite your staff to take this person to lunch when you have them come in for a skills assessment. Don't do a working interview. It implies employment. You could get stuck with unemployment. So have a skills interview, 2 hours. Your employee, and you should be able to take those clues and come to a good decision. Your selection process is really just a letter of offer that if they pass their reference and background checks, that they will be hired. This is their start date. This is the salary that you've negotiated with them, and you want them to give you a written confirmation that they have accepted the position. Now, where the doctors fall down in the last section is the integration part. So many times, many of us have gone in as a new employee, and we've been shown a desk, told where the phone was. That was it. You were expected to do your job. That's not fair to you're a new employee. What you need to do is actually integrate them into your practice culture. And I really recommend that doctors take 2 hours the first day to go over their vision, their philosophy of the practice, and help the employee understand, fill out all the forms that they need to do to put in their employee file, introduce them to the rest of the team members that they might not have met, because some teams are rather large. We don't take everyone to lunch. And then hand them off to the person who's going to do their training. There is a 30, 60, and 90-day section on a written form, and the person who's going to do the training, how long it's going to take them to do it, and how well the employee has done, and any weaknesses or strengths they might have, and how they might have to create new or work on areas. Once you've done that, you've got the best candidate. You have them. They're going to work out well for you. If you have taken the time to put your interview and your forensic clues together, you probably have hired the right person 98% of the time. And if you've hired the right person, they're going to work out great. If they haven't, what I'd like you to do is call me, and I'll tell you, and after we talk, what step of the process you probably left out. Thank you.